You sparred Tank and Shakur, so let's break it down. If they fight, it will be a great fight because both of them are really skilled boxers. But Shakur will probably try to win the rounds by simply using his range. And Tank will, of course, do what Tank does, which is to be patient and look for that power shot. However, it could go either way. And TT has forewarned Gervonta Davis about taking on Shakur Stevenson. Meanwhile, Stevenson successfully defended his WBC lightweight title with a unanimous decision over Artem Haronian. Despite the victory, some fans were disillusioned, recalling a similar feeling from his fight against Edwin de los Santos. Nevertheless, unexpected rumors about a possible matchup between Stevenson and John Davis have surfaced, stoked by remarks from Davis's trainer, Kenny Ellis. The Baltimore native was previously in talks to challenge IBF lightweight champion Vasyl Lomachenko later this year. This opportunity emerged after Lomachenko's victory over George Kambosos Jr. in an Instagram post earlier today. Ellis revealed breaking news that Lomachenko had agreed to step aside and allow Gervonta Davis fight Shakur Stevenson this fall, with the winner facing off against Ellis in early 2025. Ellis further claims that Lomachenko is also linked to Top Rank and has agreed to fight Stevenson first. TalkSport editor Michael Benson later highlighted the story on his former account. Notably, Stevenson has been pushing for a fight with fellow lightweight champion Davis for some time. This is despite Davis's initial reluctance to set up the fight. Stevenson, though, seems to be accepting of a fight with Davis and even believes it is inevitable. The excitement surrounding a possible fight between Shakur Stevenson and John Davis has persisted. This was especially evident in the run-up to the Haronian fight and persisted prior to Davis's knockout victory over Frank Martin last month. Stevenson spoke about this highly anticipated matchup in an interview with Boxing Scene, saying, "I have the best seat in the house. We all know that me and Tank are going to be the biggest fight in Yi, in spite of rumors that Vasyl Lomachenko is stepping away." Vasyl Davis has not commented on the situation, and Stevenson claimed that a fight between him and Davis is the largest of all time, saying that Americans would drop everything to watch it. However, when both fighters defeat Artem Haronian, the possible clash could have a big impact on their careers. Although his contract with Top Rank ended with his 12-round unanimous decision victory over Haronian, Shakur challenged Vasily Lomachenko, who is also promoted by Top Rank. This matchup is unlikely to happen, especially at this time. On Saturday night, Shakur gave another forgettable performance at the Prudential Center, drawing jeers from his hometown crowd and exposing his disconnect. Shakur ascribed the unfavorable response to Haronian's charges that he was running and only trying to live. Shakur prevailed with scores of 119-109, 118-110, and 116-112, but the fight itself lacked excitement primarily because of Shakur's performance. On the undercard, lightweight contender Abdullah Mason stunned the audience by completely dominating Louis Lebrun in the third round by knockout. Social media buzz says Shakur is just looking for a big money fight against Lomachenko and Gervonta Davis. But both fighters don't seem interested in taking on Shakur, and his supporters still make him look foolish. Shakur's choice of clothing for tonight's post-fight press conference highlighted his intense resentment and frustration over not being given the chance to fight Vasily Lomachenko in the ring. The text on Shakur's t-shirt read, "Bob Arum is saving his son Vasily Lomachenko from this act whooping." Shakur then declared that he was interested in fighting Lomachenko, saying that the message was to tell him to do so because it would be a fun fight with someone coming in to try and win, making it a technically sound matchup, something like that. You believe he is cheating on you even if you believe he doesn't want to fight you. After all, wouldn't it be an exciting fight to watch someone enter and attempt to defeat someone? It's an enjoyable fight that's a fight to make it seem good technically. Due to a lack of financial incentive and the possibility of fan backlash that could damage his reputation, Shakur is used to dealing with such responses. Lomachenko has chosen not to face Shakur. Lomachenko is anxious to prevent any harm to his reputation. Shakur stated that there were probably a lot of people right, then saying that Lomachenko would beat him, and pointing out that he hadn't stopped a particular opponent. He mentioned that many might not believe him, so he suggested making the fight Shakur. Also remarked that Lomachenko didn't want to fight, noting that William Zappa had also turned him down multiple times, indicating Zappa didn't want to face him. There are a lot of people probably right now like El going beat him. He didn't stop this guy, so a lot of people probably won't even believe in me, so why not make a fight? No, I know it's a good fight. I'm saying, do you think he wants to fight? Do you know he don't want to fight Willem score? A third he turn it down. How many times he said, no, that dude don't want to fight. His victory over Artem Haronian came through a methodical display of skill, rather than a dominating performance, securing a unanimous decision on Saturday night. At Newark's Prudential Center, Haronian, unconventional Haronian, continuously bobbed, wove, and twitched, circled Stevenson while releasing quick combos and going straight to the body from the beginning. Stevenson needed a few rounds to figure out this herky-jerky technique. The Newark fighter Stevenson found his rhythm in the third and fourth rounds, focusing in on his target. In the fifth round, he increased the tempo, throwing a quick two-punch combination to the head before moving his attack to the body. It appeared that the opponent was following through on his plan, as he avoided standing motionless in front of Stevenson, and instead circled around him, trying to evade his blows. Nevertheless, Stevenson's remarkable blocking abilities and deft punching were on display as he increased the tempo, methodically taking Herat Tunanau with a precise headshot and a devastating body blow in the sixth round. Even though you're a skilled fighter, you can't take anything away from him. If a fighter can survive, and that's the goal, then sometimes it's difficult to escape. What made Stark so fascinating to look at was his wide-eyed, never-stopping movements. On the other hand, Stevenson radiated composure, his motions deft yet powerful with every OSHA cake punch. Foster, seemingly unjustly judged in the co-main event, likely penalized for his defensive strategy and counterpunching, stood in contrast to Stevenson, who confidently held his ground, dictating the pace, as he dominated the center of the ring against Haronian. By the eighth round, Stevenson controlled the pace, steadily advancing, while pushing his opponent backward. Haronian, opting to maintain distance, circled cautiously, evidently affected by Stevenson's relentless body shots that dulled his aggression. As the ninth round progressed, a few more body blows spurred Haratunen to retreat more urgently, yet to his credit, he recognized the need to switch tactics, intensifying his offense to deter Stevenson. As the round concluded in the 10th round, he maintained his consistent defensive pressure despite Stevenson's evident dominance and lack of concern for losing. Heron's persistent activity effectively thwarted Stevenson's offense, underscoring that while possesses extraordinary talent, he occasionally struggles to decisively dismantle his opponents. Even when firmly in control, Stevenson persisted in seeking chances to deliver decisive blows late in the match. Yet he lacked the finesse or strategy to create those opportunities in the end. He appeared satisfied to let the match run its course, with scores of 119, 109, 118, 110, and an extremely close 116, 112. Stevenson won unanimously, making the result almost a formality. Yes, I did all I could. I entered the room, punished them, and began beating him up. Later, as I mentioned, he got on his bike and tried to grab hold